I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like it's just kind of weird that it's only been about a month since Donald Trump's assassination attempt, and like the media is already kind of like trying to sweep it under the rug and just ignore this very historic, life altering event. Y'all let me know if you agree or disagree on that one, and type amen in the comments if you're thankful that Donald Trump survived that situation.
Former President Trump landed in Asheboro, North Carolina Wednesday and once again rallied supporters outdoors in the open air.
Now, I'll be honest with you guys, it takes a lot of balls to be almost taken out by a bullet during your last outdoor rally or during one of your last previous outdoor rallies, and then be willing to go right back out there to an outdoor rally once again. Now, obviously, there have been some additional precautions taking place this time, but still, the courage to just go right back out there, the courage to pump your fist after having been shot just seconds prior. I'm just sorry, that's a leader, guys.
On stage, a clear bulletproof barrier added by the Secret Service for his first outdoor rally since the attempt on Trump's life last month.
76 days from now, we're going to win this state and we're going to win the White House.
Trump has been campaigning across the country this week with rallies.
That's right. Donald Trump has been campaigning across the country in spite of many Democrats, especially during the RNC, or excuse me, especially during the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, calling out Donald Trump. You got Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, and a host of other folks out there calling out Donald Trump, saying that he's not even rallying. What is he doing? He used to blame the judicial system for, holding him up and keeping him from being on the campaign trail. Now that he's not in court, why is he not campaigning? It's complete bull. It is complete bull. Look at this. Las Vegas, Asheboro, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. You got Howell, Michigan. You got York, Pennsylvania. You've got Montezuma Pass in Arizona, as well as Glendale, Arizona. Donald Trump's campaign schedule is quite packed. By the way, if you guys haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for making sure you're still subscribed and for sharing these videos on social media.
Rallies in key states while Democrats hold their national convention.
Behind closed doors, Trump mocks his supporters. He calls them basement dwellers.
Tuesday night, Trump's own former White House press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, criticized him, and former President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama took on Trump with direct language.
Wow, what a complete backstabber. Did you guys hear that? What a complete backstabber.
Some ugly backstabbing drama playing out at the DNC as former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama took the stage in what turned out to be a Trump bash fest.
It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala.
That was a joke, by the way.
Childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
On Thursday,
oh, wow.
in North Carolina.
So, I mean, this is what kills me, guys. First of all, there's a lot of rumors about Michelle Obama. Is she even a woman or not? Some people saying that her real name is Mike Obama or whatever the case is. But then I just think it's just so funny how the Democrats, they always seem to go to race. And yet they want to call Donald Trump the racist when Donald Trump rarely even brings up race. I feel that it's just incredibly ironic that those who want to call Donald Trump racist are the very same folks who always go to race as a leverage point.
Has been shattered by the largest European land war since the fall of Nazi Germany. This is the largest war there's been, and this war is going to escalate and escalate. When, if, but when. I have to always say if, because they cheat. I would say when if they didn't cheat, but they cheat. That's the one thing. They're great at cheating in elections. If we win, I'll get that thing settled before I take the office. I'll get it settled as president-elect. I'll get that war stopped. With Russia, yeah, we'll get that stopped. Ukraine and Russia, we're going to get it stopped, and quickly. It'll be done before I get to office. It would not have happened if I was president. It wasn't going to happen in the Middle East. The Jewish people have suffered the worst atrocities and deadliest attacks since the Holocaust. There's no question about that. The United States has been forced to abandon more embassies under Comrade Kamala than at any time in our history. We're running out. It's not like we're leaving. We're being run out of these embassies that cost us hundreds of millions of dollars to build. You got to see these embassies in the middle of nowhere in a country you've never even heard of. They spent $900 million to build an embassy. The whole thing is crazy. The world is on fire, and Kamala and Biden have marched us to the brink of World War III. That's what we're in. I think, General, you would probably agree. You're one of the experts, I would think, right? I don't even talk to you about that lately. It's so out of control. I don't even have to bother. I just say, look, take a look. But one of the great experts, and we're on the brink. That's why this November Americans are going to tell Kamala Harris, that we've had enough. We can't take it anymore. You're doing a terrible job. Comrade Harris, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. You're no good.
Kamala, you're fired. Like The Apprentice.
Fired. Get him out of here. All you have to do is take a look at San Francisco. Look at the job she did.
Oh, man.
She had one policy. If you steal less than $1,000, basically $950 to be exact, I want to be accurate for purposes of reporters. The fake news media, they want accuracy. They don't have to be accurate, but we have to be accurate. But if you steal less than $950, they basically leave you alone. So I have guys going in robbing stores with a calculator. Let's see, this is $100. Did you notice? This is not going to happen in North Carolina, I don't think, is it? Let's see, that's $100, that's $59. Bing, 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 bing. Stop. But we don't want to go over $950.
Yeah, put some on that back.
They walk out with it. Nobody does a thing. Starting the moment I lift my hand from the Bible after taking the oath of office, I will move to restore America to maximum strength and return the world to peace. We're going to return the world to peace. And mostly I can do it with a telephone call. We don't have to send troops. I can do it with a telephone call. You go to war with another country that's friendly to us or even not friendly to us. You're not going to do business in the United States, and we're going to charge you 100% tariffs. And all of a sudden, the president or prime minister or dictator or whoever the hell is running the country says to me, sir, we won't go to war. I talked this world out of a lot of wars with telephone calls. I don't have to send in the troops. One of my most urgent priorities will be to quickly rebuild the readiness and spirit of the United States Armed Forces. And we had it built. We rebuilt it. We rebuilt the whole military, but it was decimated under this group of stupid people. We had so much. When I came in, we had no ammunition. Did you know that? Remember? I used to talk about it. And I said, if it's true, which it was, why would you say that? We had people on television. Well, the United States has no ammunition. Some things you just keep to yourself, right? Do you remember I used to, from North Carolina, do you remember I used to talk about that all the time?
Like, what kind of leader would announce to the world that you have no ammunition? We are the richest nation in the freaking world. And to be the richest nation in the freaking world and to make an announcement that we're low on ammunition or we have no ammunition, that's like an invitation to be robbed and pilgrimaged. I mean, you'd have to be a complete idiot to do something like that. And this is what our leadership has done, guys.
Those are my best witnesses, those ladies. There's about 40 of them. They're all over the place. And they're always perfectly coiffed.
coiffed.
and perfectly dressed. They're beautiful and they're great. But no, I used to talk all the time. If you have no bullets, I can ask this group of leaders, you don't talk about it.
Exactly.
But you get the bullets really fast.
Yeah.
Right? So within a year, I had so much that our warehouses were stocked to the gills. We never had so much. I bought so much, missiles, everything. I rebuilt our military, but that's been all dissipated now again because we give it away to everybody. And for nothing. I mean, they don't do anything for us. We don't get anything. We don't even get a pledge that we'll pay you back someday if we have the money. How about that? Pay you back someday if we have the money. You know, I sponsor.
This is a scheme, guys. I mean, they want to just steal your taxpayer dollars and send it over to faraway lands. And you know, I don't know if this is some massive laundering scheme that they're doing, where they have basically systemically taken the tax dollars from Americans like me and you, American taxpayers, to send it away to these faraway lands where they have corporations set up. I mean, look at Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, and there are many mysterious corporations that they've set up, receiving millions upon millions of dollars for seemingly no services actually being rendered, except for really just political influence. And I think this is why we're seeing more and more information coming out about Joe Biden and the impeachment inquiry, which has now reached a level in terms of the amount of evidence that they have against Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, that they could really theoretically put Joe Biden under the jail, I think. Look at the House Ways and Committee, the House Ways and Means Committee, and all of the evidence that they have collected. Look at what Jim Jordan has collected. And I need to save this for another video, but I personally think that this is why they have basically turned their back on Joe Biden in the just before the Democratic National Convention, just before the DNC. They yanked the presidency from Joe Biden. They handed the presidency over to Kamala Harris. They installed Kamala Harris as the Democratic, nominee, basically, because they said, "Hey, we don't need you anymore." And there's so much evidence against Joe Biden, he could end up going to jail. So, since he wasn't doing very well in the polls, since Joe Biden wasn't doing very well in the polls, since Donald Trump destroyed him in the debate, they said, hey, there's a lot of baggage here. Barack Obama didn't want to support him anymore. Jill Biden was pretty much Joe Biden's only cheerleader at that point. And I think they said, hey, there's a good chance Joe Biden could go to jail over all of these different crimes that he's being accused of. Who else can we swap him out for? Oh, let's go ahead. If we put Kamala Harris in place of Joe Biden, we can easily roll over the funds that were raised for Joe Biden. Since it was a Biden-Harris ticket, we can roll over the funds. There will be fewer people looking into this shift of the money, so to speak. And basically let Joe Biden take the fall. Let Joe Biden take the hit. Joe Biden can be the fall guy. Let him go to jail. We're gonna see what happens on that. I'm gonna have a dedicated video for that one.
Sponsor athletes sometimes. If I see somebody that I like in sports, I sponsor some golfers. Usually doesn't typically work out. I don't know if you know, it's like a 5,000 to 1 shot, but I'm good at that stuff and I can see talent. And I'll give them a few $1,000s. I'll give them $50,000. I'll say, you're really good. You could make it. Why aren't you trying out for the tour? Sir, I have no money. I have to give lessons. I have no money. He said, you're too good to give lessons. You can be a tour player. I said, I don't have any money. I say, here's $50,000. And here's the deal. If you do well, you pay me back with no interest. Just good luck. If you don't do well, which you probably won't, because it's very hard, they say the worst is a boxer. If you sponsor a boxer, they're all great. They're winning all their fights. And then they turn professional and they go in. And this goes with the UFC, run by Dana White, one of the greats of all time.
Wow. Trump's
which is
a
really
UFC
taken over
guy.
for boxing. But it's the same thing, and people sponsor people, and they get what they get. But the worst is that.
Uh-oh, what happened?
What's wrong? Oh.
A medic.
A doctor, please.
If you guys look, you can see the reflection in the
It is
bulletproof
very hot
glass here.
I notice. It's very hot.
I don't know
A
how
lot of the
Trump-
people waited for days to get here, so I understand it.
It is very hot, and Trump just be chilling
Take
in the
your
suit.
time, doctor. Take your time. Thank you.
Can y'all see the reflections in the bulletproof glass here?
Yeah. Take your time, please.
Wow, Trump is walking outside of the bulletproof glass protection. Is that safe, guys? Donald Trump said, screw it. We're going to walk outside this bulletproof glass. We're going to talk to the folks. We're going to talk to the people. Look at this, guys. Donald Trump walks out into the crowd, walks off stage, just comfortable and confident with his supporters out here, guys. Look at that. When do you see that with Joe Biden? When do you see that with Kamala Harris, Tim Walz? Yo, Trump just gives this random supporter a hug who has, I guess, fainted, or maybe we're on the verge of fainting. Secret Service is standing around Donald Trump protecting him. I don't see that same female Secret Service lady. Y'all see that same female Secret Service lady that was having a hard time putting her gun back in her holster last time? All right, so Trump's back behind the bulletproof glass.
Thank you very much. You know, they come 2 days, 3 days early, and it's a lot of stress. We lose them.
True.
The only ones we don't lose are front row Joes. I don't know what they have going. They have something going here, Governor. Thank you very much. Thanks, Doctor. But America is blessed with the greatest military in the world, but our men and women in uniform have been betrayed by radical left politicians and some generals, and at the top, they're woke. They're woke. We don't want woke generals. We want...
Now, of course, the whole situation with this individual who, you know, maybe was on the verge of passing out or fainting in the crowd. The media is going to look at this, and I'm just going to go ahead and predict it. The media is going to say something. This was all an act. This was all fake. This was a stunt. This was a PR stunt from Donald Trump. This was a paid actor to pass out in the crowd. This was all planned. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. This is probably what they're going to say. I mean, you know, watch The View tomorrow. Watch, CNN tomorrow. Say something like that. That's what they do.
Want generals that know how to win, and we have them. We proved that when we wiped out ISIS, didn't we? Proved it. Sure, it'll take 5 years. We did it in three weeks. I think we did it in 3 weeks. We have the greatest military in the world, but you need the great leaders. Otherwise, your military can never be great. Everywhere I go, soldiers and veterans tell me how angry they are that not one person has been held accountable for the Afghanistan catastrophe. He never fired anybody.
Wow. That's not a leader, guys. That is not a leader.
The Obamas getting snubbed by the woman that they crowned. Kamala Harris skipping their speeches altogether. She was 90 miles away in Milwaukee holding her own counter rally. Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports that her choice was made out of sensitivity and respect to President Biden, who Obama helped push out. One source familiar with the situation told Fox that the Obamas are still not on the White House's good side. But Barack did his best to kiss up to the big guy.
But the Obamas are still in control. They are still running the show behind the scenes.
Joe and I come from different backgrounds, but we became brothers. History will remember Joe Biden as an outstanding president. I am proud to call him my president, but I am even prouder to call him my friend.
But Michelle Obama just couldn't help herself. She opened her speech with a brutal jab at the Biden era.
Something wonderfully magical is in the air, isn't it? We love a familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long.
Wow.
All right, Jesse, I'll
Now,
start.
you would think Michelle Obama would have held back a little bit, but I guess that's just the Democratic Party. There's no limit to who they're willing to backstab. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Totally appreciate you guys. For more commentary and amazing videos, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one.